Okay, the next part of the process, and it's a very important part of the process, is setting that float level. Now, if I may just point out to you, round about here, see that factory mould there? Well, just where it commences to dip down, that rim mould, just where it commences to dip down into the actual bowl area, there's like a ledge. On the commencement of that ledge, you will find where the end of that pointer is. And you can see it's the commencement of the shadowing there. Well, that edge line, if you like, is 1/4 of an inch. And that is where the float level is set to, at the commencement of that shadow, or that portion of the shadow that's closest to the top edge or top rim of the bowl that the pointer is now at. So just where that shadow starts is that ledge that starts to dip down into the bowl. And if you like, I'll further quantify that with that vernier, or depth gauge, if you like. Most verniers have a depth gauge at the end, a rod which protrudes from the tail end of the verniers, and just there at that point is 1/4 of an inch. So those who have not got verniers, just where the shadowing starts, where that ledge starts to dip down, that's where, I'll get that, you set the float level at. And there it is there. And that edge line is followed all the way around. That impression is all the way around the bowl. Now, for adjustment purposes, what we do is that little tang there that I spoke about earlier, you saw it when it was all disassembled. That little tang there. That's the float level arm, where this screw is that retains and secures and holds the actual float. And on the other end, of course, was the seat and the needle. But this tab here, if you need to adjust, you take the float level off. Never apply pressure to this to try and bend that tab, because this will not retain the force and it will break in here, or it will cause perforations that allow fluid to come in and make this heavier than what it should be, acting more like a sinker as opposed to a float. But you bend this, you either bend it up or you bend it down according to that level that you need to find, like we discussed at that point. Okay, so there's where it needs to be. Remember, at the commencement of that shadowing, there. All the way around, 1/4 inch, checked by that impression. And, of course, you can further confirm that with accuracy with your vernier. There you have it. 1/4 inch.